The stage is now set for the final game between the Super Falcons of Nigeria and the Atlas Lionesses of Morocco. It has been an epic tournament in Morocco, where we saw how teams who started the tournament brightly were eventually eliminated. For the Super Falcons of Nigeria, they began their campaign when they took on Tunisia, beating them in their opening game 3-0. They eventually took on Botswana, where they had to leave it very late to get a 1 goal in that particular encounter. Their final game against Algeria was another disappointing one, though it was a tactical change on the side of Justin Madugu, who happens to be the coach of the Super Falcons. Then playing the Copper Queens of Zambia, that was where the Super Falcons of Nigeria showed their brilliancy, especially in front of attack. They were able to beat the Copper Queens 5-0, sending signals to other teams. And in the semi-finals, it was a sweet revenge for the Super Falcons, where they edged out the Banyana of South Africa, where they had to leave it very late, thanks to a goal from Michel Alozie, which actually sent Nigeria to the final of this year's competition. As for the Atlas Lionesses of Morocco, well, getting to the final, they had to go past the Black Queens of Ghana, and it was also in the penalty shootout, where Ghana lost 2 of their penalty spot kick. But for the Atlas Lionesses, who have actually improved in recent years, it was a sweet one for them, taking them back to back in the finals of the WAFCON. Talking about back to back in the finals, yes, in the last edition in 2022, they lost to the Banyana of South Africa in the final. And yet again, they are in the final, searching for their first trophy. Now looking at the Super Falcons of Nigeria, it has actually been a revenge mission for them. Revenge mission in the sense that they were able to beat the Copper Queens, who defeated them in the last edition, to clinch the bronze medal. They were also able to defeat Banyana of South Africa, who defeated them in the group stage also last year in the competition. And now, for the third place game, or probably the final game, they are also looking set to see if they can defeat Morocco, who actually defeated them on penalties in the semi-finals in the last edition. Now, the Super Falcons have actually impressed very well this time, especially in the defense. That is one thing you need to look out for the Super Falcons. They've conceded only 1 goal, and thanks to the South Africans, that came from that penalty spot. But when you look at their attack, they've been able to score 11 goals so far in this tournament. Also, you look at the Super Falcons, they are aiming for their 10th title. In the last 12th edition, they've been able to get to the finals, and they've won all their finals. And this time, they are gunning for the 13th, probably the 10th title in the 13th edition. All thanks to the NFF, who have launched the Mission X, and they're hopefully believing that the Super Falcons will be going all out to get something out of this one. Now, the big question on everybody's mind: can the Super Falcons edge out this team that have done so well, especially in the finals? Talking about Morocco. Now, Morocco have been outstanding. In the last few years, we see how they've been climbing up when it comes to African football. Talking about the Atlas Lionesses of Morocco. This is the second final. But will they be able to clinch the medal, probably the title, or probably clinch the brand new trophy? Then finally, we'll look at the Super Falcons also aiming to win $1 million, because the prize money has also increased. So where will it go? Will it be Nigeria?